If you're looking to buy or sell a home, one thing you want to consider are taxes. If you're purchasing, then you'll have to look at property taxes. The seller has property taxes on what they're selling, then you'll absorb those when you buy it. So at closing, the seller will pay from January 1st until the date of closing, give you that money. Then when the tax bill comes out, you take his money and pay the whole bill. If this is your primary residence, you need to make sure that you fill out the 4% tax form. Generally, it'll come and be a pink perforated form. A lot of times at the closing table, the attorney will tell you about it, but you definitely need to be on the lookout for that, because if you fail to turn that form in, it actually more than doubles what your taxes would have been. And trust me, that will just throw your budget all out the window. So if it's a property that you're going to use as a rental, your taxes will be 6% because it's not your primary residence, and they tax you that way. Normally from the date of closing, that pink perforated form will come within 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully you've already gone and gotten your driver's license changed by then, because you'll need to send a picture of your driver's license and I think one other bill to make them recognize or prove that this is now your primary residence. So make sure you do that. If you don't, it's a huge deal. So just make sure you do that. There are other taxes such as homestead, and for homestead, you have to be over 65 and or totally disabled and or totally blind. It will exempt up to $50,000 of your property's value, so it'll lower your taxes. If you're law enforcement, firefighter, there are some other discounts too. You just need to check with the county that you are in. So if you own land and it's over 5 acres of woods or 10 acres of pasture, it's quite possible that the land is being assessed at agricultural rates. So if you had a 50-acre piece of land, your tax bill might be as low as 20 bucks. So that's a good reason, people buy big tracts of land, because the taxes are low. If you are continuing to use it as agricultural, it's in your best interest to keep it agricultural and just keep paying that $20 a year that you're being charged. Now, if the goal is to cut it up and develop it, they're probably going to charge you rollback taxes as if it had been residential the previous 3 years. So make sure you're talking to your realtor, talking to the county, and know how that's going to impact you in your purchase and or sale. Another thing that you may run across in a real estate deal are transfer taxes, and that's the taxes, you may hear them called deed stamps. Basically, it's what the state and the county assess on the sale of a property, and you really can't get away from it. So if you sell a $100,000 piece of property, they're $3.70 per thousand, so the state and the county would get $370. Another tax that you could run across are capital gains taxes. Now, if this has been your primary residence, you don't really need to worry about capital gains taxes. If this has been an investment property for you, it's quite possible that capital gains taxes will come into play. Now, I'm going to suggest that you call your tax person, whoever does your taxes, and get advice from them. My understanding is if you've owned that investment for under a year, then you have short-term capital gains, which is a lot more. If you've owned it for over a year, you can get away with long-term capital gains. I think they're 15% now, but again, check with your tax person because I'm not a tax advisor. I hope this primer on taxes has been a little bit enlightening. Hopefully I made it understandable, because taxes are really boring. Taxes are no fun for anybody. Sometimes you want to know what they're for, and that's what they're all about. Reach out to us here at the Expert Real Estate Team. If you have any questions, reach out to us at info@expertrealestateteam.com or call the office at 864-895-9791.